Hey y'all, it's Brian SLC Farms. Well, today is Sunday, July the 7th, and I was just out cleaning some stalls, feeding the horses, and went down and did a little check on the corn. Been checking it every couple days. It's been getting close to ready, and went ahead, pulled the ear this morning, show it to y'all. So got a beautiful ear of Silver Queen. It's all nice and filled out. Looks perfect for picking. So we're gonna grab a couple bushel baskets, the side by side, head down to the corn patch. We're gonna pull the corn, we're gonna get it shucked, we're gonna get it blanched, cut off the cob, and put in freezer bags, and I thought I'd bring y'all along. Now I know there's a million different ways to do corn. This is the way my family has always done it, and it's the way I enjoy corn. So you can leave us a comment on how you do your sweet corn, and this is the way we do ours. But let's get down to the garden and see how much corn we can pull. All right, let's walk in the shop here. And we got some bushel baskets back here. We'll choose a couple of them. So we got something to pick from here. I think these here have a hard bottom. We'll go with those bushel baskets. These don't have a hard bottom. They got more of a woven basket bottom compared to those there. And then we'll get us a couple of these tall ones here. Throw these in the side by side. We'll get down to the garden patch. All right, got our baskets loaded up in the old Honda Pioneer here. I'm betting in about 2 seconds, as soon as I hit this button. Oh, he didn't do it. There he comes. Usually he just automatically gets in. Hank loves to go for rides. All right. We don't have too far of a drive. Just right outside the barn here. We need to go check the patch next door. I doubt it's far as long. It didn't have water like this one did. In fact, you can tell here the ends that didn't get as much water are not ready yet. They haven't filled out quite as well. We'll have to give them a few more days. But thank the good Lord, we got a good soaking rain yesterday. We did have a couple showers come through the area, thunderstorms. Got about a ½ inch of rain, something like that. So you can tell though, corn is still twisting in this heat, even with the rain we got. The ground is already back dry. Can't even tell we got anything really. So we desperately need more, but they've got more chances tonight, and so we'll just see how it goes. I'm gonna set y'all up on a time lapse, and I'm gonna get this corn pulled. Well, I was gonna throw y'all up on time lapse, but I got one row done and got a heaping bushel basket, and that's the outside row. These inside rows are a lot fuller than that outside row. A lot of doubles on a lot of this. I'm not sure how well a lot of the doubles are gonna do, but let's see if I can't carry y'all down through the row with me. We'll try to figure this out. All right, we're gonna do something like that. Y'all will probably just be jiggling around too much, but we're gonna start right here. I feel of the ears, see if they feel kind of full. So y'all are just looking at the sky. All right, Anywho, pull them off. Silks are good and dark brown. Like I say, these outer ends aren't near as full as to where we get the water. These ears are a lot bigger. You can just feel the size difference where it got water from the sprinkler. Rainwater would have done much better. Much better. But I'm gonna get this corn pulled. Like I say, looks like we got a fairly decent crop. If it ain't full, I'm just leaving it, walk on by. I'm doing one row at a time. Only pulling what I feel is ready. It doesn't all have to be ready at once. Now this has got a double. There ain't gonna be much to that one, but your silks are already dark on it. We're gonna pull it anyway. So those doubles don't do as well. Here's where our cow and horses came through on us. I'm hoping they love the corn as much as we're going to. But even with the damage they did, we're still going to get enough to make a mess of corn. Oh yeah, these ones are nice right here. This one had 3 years on it. We did not have to spray this corn at all. We didn't spray the corn patch with anything. No herbicides, no pesticides. We did use some granular fertilizer on it. We hadn't even made it halfway down. We're about full. All right, we're gonna sit this basket down. Oops. We're gonna sit that basket down, that way we know where we stop picking. We'll go grab us another basket here. All right, I'm gonna get all this pulled. I'll see y'all when I get it done. All right, guys, we got everything picked. I think all in all there were 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9.5 rows is what we'd made. And we didn't need bushel baskets. We have filled up the whole side-by-side bed as full as I can get it. I can't pack any more in there, plus another full bushel basket. I think I was averaging about 2 baskets, a little over 2 baskets, and these were heaping per row. So even with the horses and the cows getting in there, still pretty good yield on this patch. I'm kind of anxious to go next door, see if there's anything on it. But Country Gal picked the best time in the world to leave. She is at the beach with friends, so I'm on my own. I had to call in some reinforcements. They should be here just a little bit. So once my reinforcements get here, we're gonna get to shucking and silking, see how much of this corn we can get put up today. All right, y'all, my backup has arrived. We've had some lunch, and we got everything set up. I went and picked up about 180 pounds of ice in a couple coolers. So now I'm gonna fill up a couple baskets, get those upstairs. We're gonna do this in the AC. It's 102 degrees out today, and my help would probably prefer the AC a little bit better. But we'll get upstairs. I'm gonna have to get one more basket, and then I'm gonna have to run out. I thought I had more brushes to help silk with, but I don't. So I'm gonna have to run out, get a couple of silking brushes so we can get this stuff silked. That ought to be good. All right, well, let's carry this up and show you who's coming to help. All right, y'all, we made it up to the house. Inside, got a couple of bushels here. Got a tarp laid down so it's easier to work. And so our help today, they came in a crunch, is my mom and my dad. And everybody go on and wish my mom a happy birthday. Today is her 73rd birthday. And what more would you want to do for your 73rd birthday than come out, shuck, and silk corn? So we're going to get rolling on doing this, and we'll see y'all back in a little bit. All right, y'all. Not sure what all y'all got to see in the time lapse there. I ran it till the battery went dead. We got us a fresh battery in. So far we have shucked and silked right at 60 dozen or 300 ears of corn. We've already got our pots on the stove over here. Got those boiling. I've already done a load in each pot. We're fixing to reload these. We can put 44 in one, about 48 in the other. So about 4 dozen in each pot. But we've got our corn silked, and then we've got it all on ice there cooling, what we've already done. Cooler full already. So we're gonna get this put in the pots. And then once this cools, we want it to completely cool. Or your corn will sour if you put it in the bags, cut it off the cob and put it in the bags hot. So we want that to get ice cold, just like it'd be in the fridge. And then we'll start cutting it off the cobs. Got us a big bowl there and a couple of knives. And got our quart size freezer Ziploc bags here. We'll get to cutting it off the cobs and putting it in freezer bags. So what we're doing, once we put the corn and get it all in the water, which usually I use both hands, but for this one right here, we'll just use one hand. Once we get it all in the water, with this big a pot and this many ears, we're letting it cook for about 10 minutes. We don't want it to come back to a boil. We want it to be just before that. We're just trying to blanch it. We don't want to cook it completely, but almost all the way. And so we have found about 10 minutes per pot. Seems to work well. And then we'll pull it out, put it on ice, and let it get started cooling. Just a few more in this one. If it's a little bit ear like that, I don't count it. I just throw it in anyways. But so there's 44 in that pot. We'll get us 4 dozen, 48 for that pot. All right, our corn, it's been in about 10 minutes. We're gonna toss it in our ice here. These gloves are really helpful. They allow you can reach right in the boiling water. And as long as the glove doesn't have a hole in it, you're good to go. So we've just got these blanched. Get them out of here. Get them started cooling so they'll stop cooking. Usually what I'll do is try to get kind of a layer in there and then another layer of ice. Once the ice starts melting and you get a good thing of ice water going, which I don't add any water because the corn's hot enough, it'll melt that ice. But once you get a good thing of ice water going, it'll really cool the cobs and all fairly quick. Know one thing, it is hot in here. A lot of steam coming off of these pots. Alright, I think we got that one emptied there. Get us a bag of ice over the top of it real quick. Maybe. believe that cooler's pretty full. In counting, we did more like 250 years so far. We still got a truckload. I'll take y'all down there in a minute, but I'm gonna get this other pot emptied and get my face dried off from all this sweat, and we'll go from there. All right, guys, so we got all of our corn cooked up. It turned out it's about 240 ears instead of 300. Just putting a little bit of water in this one. There we go. So I can make sure it'll stay cooled off. But so we got all that there. It just came out of the pot. It's gonna get cold in that ice water. And then I got a whole nother cooler slap full right here. I actually need to add a little bit more water on that. All these are cold to the touch, but to be honest, it would not hurt to add a little bit more water to this one. And next step's gonna be cutting it all off the cob, getting it ready to put in bags. I'm gonna take y'all down though. I gave away, sent mom and dad home with 3 baker's dozens, but let's add some water to this one right here. We'll go downstairs. I'll show you what we got left. Easily an equal amount to what we just did today. Oh crap. Country gal's gonna kill me making a mess. All right, let me get some water in this. We'll go downstairs, check out what we got left. All right, y'all. Well, Tim and Linda went home. Again, remember, wish my mama a happy 73rd birthday. I know it'll be a little behind, but she'll see the video. We are getting something that we have been looking for about a month or longer. I don't know if you guys can tell or not, but it is raining. We have needed some rain horribly. We got a little bit like this last night, and like I showed earlier in the video, it had already dried up. But we'll take every drop we can get, especially with that 65 acres of millet we just planted. So right here is all the corn that we didn't get shucked yet. I sent them home with about 40 ears, 3 baker's dozens, so about 39 ears altogether. We already did 240. There's easily another 200 or 300 here. I'll have to work on it first thing in the morning. But the next step is going to be getting this corn cut off the cob, getting it put into quart bags, freezer bags, and then getting it put in our freezer. So we'll be at the table in just a second, start getting it cut off the cob. All right, y'all. We have got all of our next group of necessities. We've got us our big bowl to put our cut corn in. We've got us an extra pan to put our cobs in. And we got us a start here to our cold corn. This has already been shucked and silked. Then we put it in boiling water for about 10 minutes. We did not want to bring it back to a boil. We just wanted to blanch this. And now we're going to cut it off the cob. I'm going to do a couple of ears for y'all. So I know there's all kind of tools and whatnot that you can use to do this job. But with cob size varying and whatnot, some of those little drill tools and whatnot, I think they'll cut too deep on some and not enough off others. We just always hand cut ours. That, and you can kind of double cut it if you want, get more juice out of it. I don't like to get too deep into my cobs. So we do that right there and get all that cut off. What a nice clean cob. And then I take my knife and I scrape all that extra juice. It's the part some forget. You want all that goodness. Scrape that right out of your cob with your knife. These are some beautiful ears. We had a few that had a couple worms in them. but the majority look just as pretty as can be. Even a lot of the stalks there had 2 and 3 2 and 3 ears, and all of them filled out. Some were smaller than others, but they filled out. Really pleased with this year's crop. Been a couple years since I've grown any Silver Queen, and then the last crop that I grew, sorry for the dogs playing in the background, it got so buggy and the worms got in it so bad and ruined it. Couldn't even eat it. Couldn't even eat it. Right there. That is good stuff. Don't want to eat too much of that. Make your stomach upset. But always got to have a little taste. I'm going to get this one peeled here. And then I'm going to put y'all on a time lapse for the next little while. See how long it takes us to get these 240 ears done. I may change to a different seat so I'm sitting up a little higher. Get me a stool instead. I think I'd be a little more comfortable that way. Well, them dogs are really going at it. I don't know if y'all can hear them or not, but I sure can. All right, let me get me a different seat so I'm sitting up a little bit higher above my bowl. Rinse my hands off and get y'all put on a time lapse. As y'all saw in the time lapse there, we got a pan of our corn, cut off the cob, got it all in our bowl here. So now I got me another little pan. It took me a funnel and just cut the ring off the funnel, a kitchen funnel that we had. I did that a while back, and I've kept it for just this job. But I just put that to hold the Ziploc bag open. I got it messed up, I need 2 hands. Got me just a little measuring cup here. This one's a 2/3 cup. We'll probably put about 4 or 5 scoops per bag. I just kind of get a feel for it. A lot of times it's just 2 of us eating, so I won't fill them as full. But then I'll also make some like family size bags. So let me set y'all back on the table and we'll get started filling these bags and see how many we can make. All right, so this here is probably somewhere around 45, 50 ears that I've done so far. It takes a while. It's a slow process, but let's see here. There we go. The end result is well worth it. And there's the telephone. Let's see if this is important. Yeah, give me just a second. We'll be back. All right, we're back. Sorry. So, I figured I'm putting about 4 scoops here per bag. And I'm filling it up, you know, just, oh, come on, little ring. If I would do it over my pan like I'm supposed to instead of holding it up. There we go. 3, 4. And zip your bag up good. Squish all the air out of it. And then try to get it where y'all can see what I'm doing here. I just pat them down as flat as I can get them. Stack it up. Once I get all these done, I'll carry them down to the freezer. And then I'm going to have a long night ahead of me. But this is really about the only thing I eat out of the garden. I do eat some potatoes. I prefer red potatoes. But otherwise, I don't eat very many vegetables. I like sweet pickles, not dill. I don't eat any greens or tomatoes or any of that kind of stuff. Corn's about the only thing, so that's why that's really all I grew. Wish my little thing would stay in there better. There we go. But so I'm hoping to put up, I don't know, 75, 100 quarts. We'll see. See how many this 45 ears makes when we get done. And then I'm going to call that a wrap for this video. I appreciate anybody that has watched. Maybe you learned something, maybe you didn't. This was the way my family's always done it. And I can tell you it is delicious. I am actually looking forward to doing another Brunswick stew. If you're haven't seen our Brunswick stew video, I didn't film one, but Gerald Farms came down and filmed a video a few years ago of us making a Brunswick stew, and I used all ingredients that were grown on our farm or locally. The beef, the chicken, the corn, all that came from our farm. The butter beans Jackie brought down for us. So that's a great video to go check out. The Brunswick stew is a family tradition, and I haven't made one here in a couple of years now. So it's about time this fall that we make a Brunswick stew. And this is one of the vital parts to a good Brunswick stew. You want to get some of that good cream in there, for sure. That cream's what makes it good. I don't like creamed corn, but just the juice, you can see it squish up in the bag. Take that bag, get the corn evened out in it. The flatter you can get that bag, the better it'll freeze and store. I believe we're going to have a right good mess by the time I get all this done. It's going to take me a solid day tomorrow to finish up what I've got left. I don't know if y'all saw me stretching there in the time lapse some and kind of moving around. My mid back just went to killing me. Just caught on fire all of a sudden. But I have cleaned horse stalls today. Checked on chickens. All kinds of stuff before I even started picking corn. Then I pulled all this, carried it out. Then we've shucked, silked. Then I've boiled it all, carried all these coolers up, bought 180 pounds of ice. I need more ice, especially for tomorrow. I'm gonna need another 180, 200 pounds of ice. But yeah, it's been a long day. So I started on the corn. I started pulling it probably, let's see here. I might can tell y'all when I started pulling it, or I know when I got done. Well, I started pulling all the corn at about 12:30 today. It's now 11:30 at night. I've still got a pretty good ways to go. I figure maybe I'll finish up about, if I buckle down and get busy, 1:30, 2 a.m. My dad said Country Gal went to the beach at the perfect time. I can remember as a child, though, doing all these same things with my parents and grandparents on our farm and at our house. And I love tradition and traditional things. A lot of people don't do a lot of tradition anymore. And I don't know, for me it just brings a lot of good memories of good times. It is hard work, but it definitely pays off in the end. You know exactly where it came from. This, like I say, this corn here wasn't sprayed with any pesticides, herbicides, the ground wasn't. It had some horse poop and chicken poop and cow poop. And then I did go back and side dress with a little bit of 3200. I think that'll be enough for one more bag there. Even if it's a small one, a couple of smaller bags doesn't hurt anything. I might want just a serving for myself. Hopefully this video doesn't run too long. Some of my stuff I just don't know how to edit down for y'all or whatnot. I think it's interesting the whole way through. I know my videos run a little long, but I appreciate everybody that watches, even if you watch at double speed. But if you have watched all the way to the end here, or even fast forwarded, leave me a little corn emoji in the comments. Let me know what you think. Again, tell me how you've done stuff for whatnot in the family. Let's see here. I need my little ring in here to hold this open. They probably make something that does this better than what I've got here. But there we go. Let's see here. Try not to block y'all with a bowl. Don't fall over a little Ziploc. All right, that's all that. say this is going to be a smaller one here, but that is okay. That's a perfect serving for me. Also, when you smash them flat like this, they'll fall really fast, which I don't even thaw it. I take and fold this thing after it's frozen, fold it into 4 squares, throw it in the pot, just a touch of water, salt, pepper, butter, bam, you got a good meal. All right. I'm not going to carry y'all down to the freezer because y'all have seen plenty of them, but we made 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and a baby quart bags off those 45 years or so. Like I say, I'm hoping to put up about 75 to 100 quarts, something like that, or quart bags. So, got a lot of work ahead of me. Appreciate you watching. Leave us a thumbs up. Subscribe if you hadn't. We'd love to have you watch our channel. So, thanks for watching. All right, y'all, one last clip on our corn. So we ended up shucking, silking, blanching about 600 ears. I say we, the majority was me. Mom helped me there for a couple hours. She got about 200, 250 ears silked. I'm walking in here to my freezer. I wanted to show you what all I got done. It took me 3 days to do it. I know it's dark, so that whole top shelf is nothing but corn. And sorry about that. Anyways, that whole top shelf is nothing but corn. I ended up doing almost 198 quarts. I can tell you, it wore me slap out. Wore me slap out. Took me 3 days to do it and 2 days to get over doing it. I don't know how our grandparents and elders used to do it. I guess they had a whole team behind them helping or something. But that's it for this corn video. I just, like I say, wanted to bring y'all along and show you what we ended up making. Appreciate you watching. Leave us a comment, and we'll see y'all on the next one.